Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CCS Big Ten Conference Tournament Championship presented by Sideline Sports Network. I'm back with Fox. We've got a delayed start here to game one. We might have just lost. Oh, okay, we got a delayed start, chat.
The unfortunate circumstance that Maryland is going through right now is there is quite this thunderstorm up there, and I believe that Waiters is having a lot of internet trouble. He had Wi-Fi issues. That's why there's a slightly late kickoff, as well as a couple players not being here on time. That's okay. We will get him reset and rescheduled. But 700 miles just about separate these two teams via drive nation between Illinois and Maryland in terms of college distance. But here on the field, 4 games separates them from a conference championship.
That it does, as Maryland out in College Park, Maryland, and Illinois out in Champaign, Illinois. And you mentioned the 700 miles that these two schools are separated by. I mean, they're pretty far apart. They've been now been a part of CCS for quite some time. This is Illinois' 3rd season in the league, or 4th season in the league. Maryland's 3rd. So it should be an exciting final. This is the furthest either of these two teams have ever been in CCS. Now are playing for a spot at the tournament.
And with Waiters being the one to drop, I guess you could say this is the Maryland-Illinois waiting room. I tried. Just eating away the time until the wonderful folks over from the Illini rejoin us, and we are ready to go. Now, hopefully this time is a much more realistic kickoff without any sort of delay, any sort of internet blip. We will have to hope and see if Waiters has any problem moving forward. But Maryland and the Terrapins in red, the Fighting Illini from Illinois in blue. Nation, we're underway, and we have got ourselves a series and a conference champion to determine.
That we do, and hopefully, there's no more issues. And those of you back home watching, it is storming very bad in Maryland right now. Not quite sure where all 3 of these guys are located in Maryland, but hopefully we don't lose anybody for the rest of this series, and at least it happened before the series started, not halfway through it.
I will have to knock on wood there. Hexy will at 50 out of here. Already some early boost trouble here for Maryland, as Hexy and Waiters both are dry. Back in defensive stance. One of them is dry of life as well. That was Hexy taking a absolute clap of a demo from Peaceful, and that's a 1-0 start because of the outnumbered and outboosted opportunity there from the Illini.
4:22 to go. The coach of Maryland now joining us in the lobby. 4:22 left box, so the first goal good from Illinois. It's 38 seconds into regulation as Peaceful trying to make it 2, and Maryland's defense will hold off for now. But again, the Illini, a stellar season, a 3 seed in the Big Ten tournament. Now getting to this point, Maryland a 4. They did beat number 1 Purdue last week to get here, so it's been quite the road for Maryland and Illinois.
Oh, and they're looking for a redirect. It hits off the crossbar. Redirect might have been needed there. Trying to drop that ball just the slightest bit down underneath the bar, but it stays out. The Illini maintain that 0 on the side of Maryland for the score sheet for now. So we pass by the opening minute. The already goal scorer for Maryland benefiting from demo and boost management. That's something that these two teams are definitely going to try and get with the bump play established here. Shot towards goal is soft, and now Osho has a chance for a counterattack. Hexy will shut it down. Nation, when you got 2 teams playing at this level against one another, these demos, bumps, and boost steals, they can be really crucial, and they can add up over time.
That they can. I mean, we've seen that be a big factor in a lot of defensive situations, not having a lot of boost to use to make a save or make a challenge. And at that point, you got to lean on your defense a little stronger. And if boost becomes a lopsided affair in this series, and that team, it's got nothing. You have to rely on their defensive pressure to get out of sticky situations. But 2 minutes down so far in game 1, still just a 1-goal ball game as Maryland trails.
Nice touch here by Hexy. Did not fool Peaceful, though, who was coming back from behind. Now Hexy's going to try again. Goes for the sidewall. Peaceful shuts him down a 2nd consecutive time, but he's got friends along with him in the area as the Terps try and collapse. That was an opportunity for a shot. It goes by the wayside. I believe that was Waiters looking for that attempt. Another demo opens up the defensive gates, and Peaceful will happily step his way right through as Turtle got caught there at no man's land. He had very little boost. The ball all of a sudden's there. Where do you go? What do you do with it? You got two players on one side, the eventual goal scorer on the other. Turtle was caught between a rock and a hard place.
That he was 2:33 to go, and I love the BZ reference there. But halftime here in Game 1, Fox, and it's a 2-0 affair for the Fighting Illini of Illinois. Again, half this game gone. Nothing changed in terms of the score.
Ooh, Turtle got a demo on his way through. Hexy will take that boost away from both Turtle and Osho, who is caught back with nothing here. Prism's going to help him out, although he's put that ball extremely dangerously. The Illini collapsing back, using each other, but now Hexy puts a shot on goal. Two players commit. It's a save in the end, but Turtle's not quite done with them yet as Maryland return right back into the Illini half. Trying to find something. Great win by Peaceful. He might have a chance to shoot. He does indeed. And Peaceful has come to play. His bump got goal number 1, and he has the 2 following for a 3-0 Illinois lead.
And 3-0 Illinois lead. The 2 seed from the Big Ten knocked off number 3 Penn State, led by Nitrous for the Nittany Lions in the semifinal. Fox to get to this match against Maryland, who knocked off again number 1 Purdue. He casted that one together as dominant fashion for the Terrapins.
Nice response out of Hexy. Waiters, little chip shot, nice little soft pass. It put it into a spot as he beat Osho. That ball pops free into a spot. There is no Illini anywhere close. Osho was in the neighborhood, but without any boost, no way he's catching up to that ball. Hexy with a nice response, and Maryland's on the score sheet, stemming the bleeding for now. Let's see if they can get another one back and start to make the Illini sweat these final 100 seconds.
I just watched South Carolina crawl out of an 0-4 hole in the span of a minute and 45 seconds, so anything can still happen down by 2 with a minute 30 left. But again, Illinois is a different beast. They were tough to break, and Maryland's seeing that at full blast here.
Peaceful's in the corner. He's going to grab the boost, sending a pass in front. Osho was there, but so too was Turtle. Keeping an eye on things and trying to get the ball out. Prism on his way back ran into this aforementioned Turtle, but Peaceful's got a sidewall redirect downfield. He'll send Hexy packing. Turtle takes a bite out of Peaceful. That will give Hexy lots of time and space here. Goes for the air dribble over the first man. Second man was there. It was Peaceful shutting that down. A fake here for Illinois to deal with. From the Maryland side, Turtle puts it right back in. The continued pressure out of Maryland finally breaks through, and we've got ourselves a 1-goal game.
50 seconds to go. Hexy buries a second. Terrapins within 1. And Fox, we get a ball game.
Have you ever seen this much physicality from a Turtle, apart from perhaps Teenage Mutant Ninja varieties? I mean, Turtle has been a bumping menace. He's going to put the ball in front. Turtle trying to do his best Peaceful impression, getting his hand all over this comeback for Maryland. They've climbed the mountain with 3 straight goals, and we are dead even.
You mentioned the physicality, too, in the Purdue series the other night. It's similar occurrences here against Illinois. I think it's paying a dividend to a high extreme standard for the Terrapins of Maryland right now. It's showing off quite well with a 3-0 run now.
Yep, quite literally, it's storming in Maryland, and these Terps have stormed their way back. 3-0, they're looking now to take their first lead as they'll dump it in, forcing Osho back. He got the boost, has a bump on his booty thanks to Turtle. Will force his hand slightly earlier than he would have wanted as a free ball bounces midfield now. Osho carries it with limited resources to the corner, bounces free for Hexy now. Hexy, he's got options forward. Actually, they're just going for bumps as Waiters gets the bump. Turtle has the pass, and Hexy was the quarterback setting that one up, and they go all the way through into the end zone.
In Maryland, a 4-0 run, 11 seconds. The late second half surge, while they also are in an active storm surge with 11 seconds left, are up by 1.
Sensational gameplay out of here. Now can the Illini fight back? They've had 4 unanswered goals go into the back of their net. They need just 1 more to go into Maryland's goal in order to force overtime. They're going to have to do it on 0 seconds, and Maryland very happy to let a Game 1 comeback fall to the ground. And kudos to Maryland. You looked down, you looked out, but about a minute 40, you get that first goal out of Hexy, and from there it was smooth sailing into victory lane.
It absolutely was, and on to Game 2 now. It is Maryland from down 3 to up by 1, 4-3 your final. As Maryland comes back from a big deficit box, what a way to battle back.
Excellent job out of Maryland being able to establish themselves and get themselves to a position where they made it a ball game. You know, as soon as that first goal goes in, the stress seems to melt off. All of a sudden, a 3-1 lead in just about any sport, such as hockey, soccer, anything like that. I feel like the 3-1 lead is the most dangerous because it's quite literally one of the easiest leads to fall apart.
Proves you can score, and from that forward, it's just kind of, whatever happens, happens. And again, Maryland got one and it just kept falling, and momentum kept building up here for Maryland. They were able to find 4 in a row. We'll see if they can make 5 in a row here shortly. But again, game 2, a new slate of 0-0. Illinois right back to where they started.
Here comes Peaceful now. Tries for the flip reset. Great 50. It pops out in front, but Prism was unable to finish that one. Now Hexy right back the other way. Hexy seems to be able to use his air dribbling for passing, shooting just about anything, and he is in firm control of the sky above the Illini defensive zone.
That's 5 in a row for Maryland, and I told you, Fox, the other night when they played Purdue, that when Maryland gets into desperate situations, they rely on Hexy. He's their X factor in these bigger series, and if he can play as good as he did against Purdue, Illinois could be in for a long night.
This one's going to be popped up for Osho. Tries to get the redirect. Not much of a touch there. You did see sparks, but not enough to influence the ball. So now Hexy will take back to the sky. Prism's seen enough of that. He will send it away. That could have been a shot both ways, but a whifty out of Osho, and Waiters will maintain the pace of play. Another redirect attempt. Osho's right there with 2 close opportunities now, Nation. We might have to be on Osho clip watch. One of these redirects do end up heading into the Maryland goal. But close, no cigar. That does not matter here in Rocket League as we play on. Maryland continuing to hold on to their 1-goal lead. Hexy has to shut down the attempt there from Osho. A couple demos out of Maryland. They've got numbers forward, but they've also got a pocket picker in Peaceful, setting it up for Prism. That's goal number 1 for the Illini. We're even yet again.
Yeah, again, Maryland there just trying to get Peaceful to dive in, to play the fake pass to the corner, and he went for the direct challenge and ended up paying off quite well. To 1-1 ball game, 3:32 to go. We're back to equilibrium.
I liked the idea for Maryland. You did have a passing option in that corner, a couple demos. The problem was you did not watch the respawns. Peaceful had just spawned back, came all the way upfield, took that ball right away, and made Maryland play. Now Turtle almost had a chance to have some fun, but Osho said, if I'm not clipping, you sure aren't, pal. Took that ball away, and now a chance for Peaceful to restart from his zone. That 50 will knock the ball in deep. Hexy's up. He's got to be careful. No boost. He'll send Turtle into the heat of combat. Osho right back to sender, and Prism's actually camped out here. He'll get the first touch, tries to set up Peaceful, but a good touch out of Hexy. Now a great redirect all the way downfield. That little doink out of Turtle, using his shell and using his brain. He spots Waiters for a wide open tap in.
2-1, the Terps back on top here. 2:52 to play, Fox, and game 2 continues on with Maryland just continually sitting in the driver's seat in full control here. Now Illinois trying to battle back from trailing 1. A double just off the mark wide left is Waiters. Trying to recollect here for a third opportunity to score. But Fox, again, Maryland's offense has been highly lethal in this tournament.
It has indeed, and Turtle right now being a huge X factor for the Terrapins. And for anyone who might not know, Terrapin is indeed a turtle. So he is running the complete and utter buff for Maryland right now, but they're going to have to watch out as here comes Peaceful to the heavens. Tries to take on Waiters, 1v1, lost out, but now a return to sender from Prizzo. Good save again, but the defense starting to be demoed. Illinois getting some time and space to work with themselves. The boost tanks right now for Maryland are all dry. Turtle finally picks himself up 100, manages to buy his team some time. That was dangerous. Illinois was knocking on the door. Maryland was pretty empty, but they managed to survive and keep hold of their lead.
150 to go here in game number 2. The Terps still up by 1 here, Fox, and again they started off quite slow in an 0-3 hole, came back to tie it and win the end of regulation, and since then have been on a tear, a 6-1 run in just the last couple minutes.
Turtle reaches up. Thought he had a teammate there. Waiters actually goes for a bump, not a passing option there. And the dunk through is going to put the Illini right back on level ground. As the passing attempt there from Turtle thought he had Waiters. Waiters takes out the player, does not get the ball, and the dunk through by Osho has got the Illinois Illini fighting their way back. Now it's their turn to come back. And they've completed that 2-2, headed into the final 85 seconds.
124. Playing game 2 of the Terps back to equilibrium as Illinois gets the offense started again with goals from Osho and Prism. Peaceful with nothing to show offensively here in game 2, Fox. But we know very well Peaceful is going to be an elite weapon for this program moving forward. And again, he's been a stellar career so far throughout CCS the past year when he's joined this league. And he's been fun to watch, and I'm excited to see what he does here tonight and next week in the tournament.
It's a wonderful thing with so many teams and so many personalities and players in CCS. You get to watch talent from all over as these two teams continue to fight for their right to hold a conference title in their grasp and secure a spot in the national championship. Awkward angle for Hexy. No problem. Turtle the pass. Hexy the finish.
38 seconds. Another late finisher here, Hexy, on the third. And Fox, it just feels like it's similar occurrence after similar occurrence here from Maryland. These late game surges just continue to happen time and time again.
Oh, Waiters actually took that ball away from Turtle, plays it back. Hexy, thankfully for Waiters at least, was managing to get that ball free, and now Waiters will take on Prism 1v1 in the challenge. Osho will have ball. Only 15 left in his tank. He will get that ball 50'd off of him. Maryland very happy with keeping this ball far away, but Illinois putting it right back into Terrapin territory. Hexy will dribble it around everybody. He's going to eat away the rest of this clock, and it'll have to happen pretty much with 0 seconds for the Illini to force overtime here. Maryland, yet again, they score late. They do not give up, and they have got themselves a victory, barring a late game finisher. Peaceful the shot. Hexy, he says no, and Maryland are up 2-0 in the series.
A 2-0 hole for Illinois. Maryland up by 2. We go on to game 3 as the Terrapins lead by 2, Fox, with this series now potentially halfway done.
And look at the stat for Maryland. Look at the shooting accuracy out of that team. What's amazing is Turtle had the shot, but he didn't get credit for the goal. Waiters has the goal, but 3 goals on 3 shots. They're definitely not winning the quantity stat, but in terms of quality, Maryland was right there with all of their shots basically finding the back of the net.
On to game 3, Fox. We're potentially halfway through here. What are your thoughts 10 minutes in as Maryland leads us 2-0 after 10 minutes?
Illinois really need to try and find a way to play the full 5 minutes of Rocket League. We saw in game 1, Illinois, they had a 3-0 lead. That game, they came back. So Illinois are definitely capable of making noise for themselves. But unfortunately for them, they're going to have to watch as Maryland comes to the house and scores early. Hexy with a beautiful follow-up on his own touch. That pass is a thing of beauty. And Turtle is the benefactor. All he has to do is tap it in, and it's a 1-0 Terrapin advantage.
4:52 on the clock to go to demo there. Now Hexy in control. Prism last up, gets by the last defenders. Hexy now back for Waiters. Off the post, no good. Osho in trouble. A bump is there. Open target. 2-0. The physicality continues for Maryland.
Oh, that bump was dirty. Osho thinks he's got time and space. He tried to avoid it as best he could, but Waiters still takes a chunk out of him, sends him right away from the ball. And Hexy has another tap in. Well-deserved goal after Hexy set up a beautiful first goal with a great pass. Ends up getting on the score sheet himself. And now if you're Illinois, at what point do you start to hit the panic button? Because Maryland have gone from comeback kids to late finisher, and now they're starting the game on time too. This is looking worse and worse for Illinois as time goes on.
Hexy wants another. Osho off the save. Redirect attempt for Prism. Couldn't quite find contact, and nearly a minute gone here, Fox. And as game 3 continues on, I mean, Illinois just continue to feel the wrath of the pressure of Maryland.
They're going to have to generate something here for themselves. That backboard for Maryland has been somewhere that Illinois cannot stamp just about any claims to. That shot will be denied. as Osho sends that ball packing to midfield. Try and chase down a pass here in deep. But the back wall, Maryland has kept very, very well guarded. You're going to have to think about something different. Maybe an infield, maybe a bump. How about a bounce? Got a favorable bounce off the defender, but that shot goes wide from Prism. Now Prism's on the rebound trying to rectify some wrongs, but that will be taken away. Maryland right back the other way. Waiters gets the ball through. It's off target, though. Thankfully for Illinois. Otherwise, it's 3-0. It is 3-0 because Hexie is following through with the shot. Prism got caught a little too deep in the corner, and Maryland can just about do nothing wrong here in Game 3.
And Maryland's got 8 shots already. In the first minute and a half, they're literally on pace for like 24 shots in this game.
Maryland have more shots as a team than Peaceful and Prism do points. It just goes to show the kind of offensive effort. That's a good response out of Osho. A classy finish, not done yet, as Peaceful takes to the heavens. Great flip reset. That got so much power up and into the ceiling. It ends up being a pass. And don't look now, Nation. The script in Game 1, I remember a spot like this. It was 3-1. This time, the roles have been reversed.
It's too dead for Maryland now. Peaceful taking his time, and Musty quickly blocked away, and a long clear for Hexie inbound. Now last up is Prism. 2 minutes nearly elapsed behind us here. Fox a double commit attempt there. Prism and Turtle trying to find ways to find contact, and Maryland's offense just continuing to deal. But again, Illinois, once down by 3, they got one to fall. Now the offense can start to kind of heat up here a little bit.
Good bump there on Turtle. They got to watch the third man, though. It's Hexie. He has been deadly. He's been an Illini killer, and that shot nearly found the back of the net. It will be tipped away off the dinker, off the crossbar. And it does stay out. Now the Illini will put some pressure back on Maryland. They'll get back with plenty of boost, plenty of time as well. Midfield denied by the gatekeeper, Osho in the sky. So now it's Hexie's turn. The handoff goes to him. Too many players on that sidewall, keeping him barred from entry. That is going to be a miss out of Maryland. A chance to 50 here. Kind of a terrapin bounce as it heads to the side, and it will bid Osho a farewell to the scrap heap. The Illini now looking for some offense on the other side. The shot just goes wide, but Illinois, they are fighting their way back, much like their name, and trying to make a ball game out of this one.
Peaceful one-on-one towards the corner, no good. Minute 56 to go, and it's Maryland. It's an open break, 4-1 for Maryland. 150. It's Turtle on a 4.
Watching that ball head back to your goal with no one there. Osho just gets tackled, manhandled by Waiters. Waiters has not been exactly the noisiest Terrapin when it comes to making noise on the score sheet. But when it comes to physicality, he has been exactly what his team has needed, using his bumps and his Phoenix body to his advantage and creating a 4-1 lead. It might be 5. Peaceful has to turn away Hexie's flip. Peaceful and Hexie breaking out some mechanics here in game number 3. And if you're Illinois right now, I think you need another goal, and very quick. You need to at least make a challenge out of this. You're in danger of falling to reverse sweep territory with your conference's championship on the line.
120 to go. I think, again, both these two teams fairly safe in the selection process for the CCS championships, regardless of the winner and loser here. I think both these teams very well at the high end of the seeding ladder for the tournament, Fox. But again, a win tonight can only bolster that seeding.
Bolster the seeding, bolster the confidence, and let the rest of the league know you're someone to be reckoned with. As Peaceful will carry up and over Hexie. He's going to wait for some help. He got it from Prism. Third man was there, but Turtle was watching the entire time and made sure that ball never even got anywhere close to the final Illini player trying to arrive. Peaceful's going to bump Hexie. Good play, but that 50, only Waiters in the vicinity. Gets the flick over the oncoming player, and Waiters just doing his best. It's plays like these little 50s, these chip-ins to the zone that Maryland are so good at. And we've saw it after the first 2 games after they scored late. They're so good at clock management, just keeping Illinois as far away as they can. That double from Peaceful, not quite. But honestly, the time is not on the Illinois side, thanks to Maryland. And, I mean, this is just clinical right now for the Terps.
It absolutely is, and 10 seconds to go. Illinois got to be fast here. Peaceful out of time. There's a save. That'll do it. The Terps a game away. It's 3-0.
What a game. What a game. What a series for Maryland. You worried there as Waiters DC'd after game one. That's honestly the last time that Maryland did not look good on the field, mostly because they were just down a player. But since then, they were able to fight back in game one. They pretty much won a closely combated and very well fought game two between these two teams. Game three, now they've got some running room. They're starting to put a little bit of distance. And if Illinois does not want to be left in the Terrapin dust watching them claim this conference championship, game four is step one for the comeback.
It absolutely is. And now one final life for the Terps of Maryland. Sorry, Illinois here is again, they're down 0-3. Maryland a game away from a tournament appearance. Here is up by 3. We'll see if they can close this one out.
Crunch in the chat asking for Peaceful to help. Illinois needs something. They need a savior. They need a hero now, and we'll have to see if they find one here on Utopia and if they can extend their season at least until the Aquadome. But that is a long way away, especially if you are an Illinois player or fan. This one's going to be knocked forward by Peaceful, forcing Turtle up, keeping him honest. Good save out of Turtle. He's got a great send downfield. Now he will put Prism on the hot seat. Great play out of Prism. The second man gets demoed. Third man arrives. It's Waiters trying to take on Prism, who will avoid the contact. Got the ball pickpocketed, though. Turtle, not many passing options. Waiters is waiting on the knock into the corner from the defense. Illinois doing a pretty solid job right now, but Maryland, again, starting to swarm. We've seen this, and they really broke through with it in Game 3, and they're starting to get to that point yet again. Illinois needs to alleviate some pressure and start to generate some offense just like that. Good idea with the pass, but better defense out of Maryland. We stay at 0-0.
Absolutely, we do, and I think the pressure gonna favor Maryland here regardless of how much pressure Illinois can create. They've been great under pressure in this tournament blocks. Their offense has been very, very good in transition. I think that's only going to help this Maryland roster going forward to the championships, and I think Illinois, again, will do some damage at the CCS tournament. But again, Maryland just are a step above everybody else right now.
Collision opens the door for Prism. He fires that ball well in deep. Does get a demo on Waiters. That's a good follow-up. Osho gets taken out. They trade demos, do these two teams, but Peaceful has the touch off the backboard. Hexy gets a one tap. Not enough to beat Prism, but maybe enough to throw off that shot attempt. So it does stay high, and now Maryland a chance for Turtle to read this back wall touch. It doesn't get it. The doink trying to save the Illinois goal, and they do so. Now Peaceful gets a demo. Now is watching Hexy closely. Big 50 out of those two big boys. Waiters up to the heavens. Lost the ball to Osho in that 50, and now chance here in front. The ball's there. Prism and Waiters both go. We stay scoreless as Maryland, again, they're playing defense from just about everywhere. It doesn't matter where the player is on the field. They are making life difficult on the Illinois shooters.
Half the game gone, open target. Turtle fires, scores. Hexy credited. 1-0 Maryland, 2:41 to go.
That's tough. That's so tough for Peaceful. He was right there ready to make that save, and the bump from Hexy sends him packing. And for Turtle, I mean, your goal did get stolen, but I don't think it would have been a goal without Hexy, so I guess you do got to give the man credit. And he's going to fire that one in right back at you. Maryland double up their lead, and it took them all of 4 seconds.
2:38, the lead doubled. 3 seconds. It was 2:41 down to 2:38 off the kickoff.
Man,
that is a 3-second fashion score for the Terps.
That's that is a quick double up out of Maryland. Now this pass, a good idea, but no Illinois players there. Peaceful now up for this one. Gets a glancing blow. He's got Osho there waiting on him. Osho's touch kind of to nobody. Peaceful will eventually chase it down. Maryland a chance to clear. Keeping the Terrapin net nice and safe right now. And this one gift wrapped as neither player arrives in time for Illinois to put that ball into safer ground. They finally do get it, but they ended up contributing a lot of boost to that clearance. Peaceful's touch finds a midfield Hexy who's racing forward. This is not who you want to have the ball. Oh man, Illinois, they could see their life flash before their eyes. Hexy almost with one of the shots of the tournament there. Couldn't find the back of the net. It stays 2-0 for Maryland.
I would have gotten clipped and posted on Twitter later. That was dumb. That was disgusting. 140, Hexy nearly a goal of his career in CCS, that's for sure. But play continues, 2-0, a minute 35 to go and change. And here in Game 4. Maryland trying to end it here, Fox, as they are up by 3 and have a 2-goal cushion with a minute and a half to go.
I just don't know what you do if you're Illinois. Hexie is everywhere. Hexie's doing everything. Hexie got the bump on the first goal, got the quick kickoff goal, and the second goal nearly clipped on him. Hexie having himself a monster of a series, and not only that, he's flanked by Turtle, who's been physical, and Waiters, who's been physical. Illinois, they're fighting right now, trying to save their season, but this Maryland offensive rush and momentum is insane. And how about a third goal? Hexie has got his hat trick thanks to Turtle's pass.
A second hat trick of the series for Hexie here, Fox. 55 seconds. It's another Hexie masterclass here in Game 4. 55 to go. The Illini need 3 to tie.
They need 1. That would be a great first step. Right now, Maryland is making life so difficult on Illinois. They have not scored very many goals in the last 2 games. Their offense has been stymied, and that's because they're having to chase the ball much like this. And I think, well, that one will bounce wide. I thought maybe there'd be a finisher. I don't know what happened to the man headed to the far post. He will not make it 4-0, but I'm pretty sure, Nation, we have got ourselves a champion to crown here in the conference. I think it is going to be wearing Terrapin red, as they have survived the storm in real life, and they have brought the storm to Illinois, but Peaceful does get one back. Is 19 seconds enough time, Nation, for Illinois to do something quite miraculous?
When you get something off the kickoff, there's a solid chance. 19 seconds, but one of these last 2 goals has got to be off the kickoff.
Have to wait and see. Peaceful drops the what a save, trying to throw any sort of wrench into the Maryland thinking that he can. Waiter's touch falls into Peaceful. A bouncer here gets double 52 players for Illinois. They go. They're trying to throw the kitchen sink. Unfortunately, the sink will shatter. This ball is headed right into the net. Who else? I mean, honestly, who else is going to score that goal, as Hexie will put the final dagger, the final nail in the Illini coffin. But we will not, this will most likely be not the last time we see the Fighting Illini in CCS this season.
Absolutely.
They are very likely in the tournament. But for Maryland, they've done so, they've secured it, and they've done it in style.
Absolutely not for Illinois. This is not the end of their season. They'll for sure be in the dance. And again, I thought watching Peely last night score 9 of 10 Cal Poly goals and leading them to a Big West title for the first time was, peak Rocket League capabilities. And I just watched Hexie go off for Maryland here against Illinois. He's a player to watch the tournament, one of the best players in the league, in my opinion. And Maryland get the job done for the first time in program history. Maryland are Big Ten tournament champions.
4 goals for Hexie, 4 helpers for Turtle. That was quite the display out of the Terrapins. They are your conference champions. Congrats to that trio. Waiters, Turtle, Hexie. You showed up big. That was amazing.
That he did. And Maryland going to walk it off 4-0 to sweep over Illinois. Thanks for watching. It's the Nation of Fox on the call. We'll see you guys tomorrow for more action.